everybody. This is my informative speech based on something that I have, I would say, an extended amount of experience with myself, but I'll get more to that. My topic is based on how drug addicts need to be sentenced to rehabilitation before prison. And I have three really good reasons why. The first one is institutionalization, which is the act of getting really acclimated to having things done for you based on how the prison systems are set up. They give you 3 meals a day, they tell you when to go to sleep, they tell you when to wake up, they tell you when to go to work, and then you have shower call, mail call. Everything that we would have in a normal, regular life, these people are lacking coping mechanisms and skills necessary because of lack of experience. Excuse my dog. So, the more times that they're in and out for such petty charges as, let's say, 2 ounces of weed, which some people would think is a lot, but when you put that in comparison to a child molester, a rapist, or a murderer, maybe even somebody who's embezzled a large amount of money from their grandma, this is kind of a really small, minuscule kind of thing to send a person to 5 years of prison for, which, by the way, in Arkansas, 5 years will really only get you about a full year. So while they're sitting there for a full year, they're getting used to having everything done for them. Their family's putting money on their books. They're wasting money and time trying to get up there talking to them. They're sending letters back and forth, when in reality, these people are having everything done for them, which, by the way, we spend a huge amount of money per person in Arkansas. Let's flip through all my little credits here. In Arkansas, we have 17,785 people who are currently incarcerated at this point in time. That is 17,785 people at $20,915 a year. Okay, so that's per person in Arkansas. That is $371,968,481 per year spent on housing inmates. This is your money. This is my money. $20,000 is equivalent to somebody that makes $12 an hour. If you took every nickel and dime that they had stored away every single year, that is how much we're spending on somebody for that one full year. That's supposed to be a 5-year sentence. Okay, so the amount of time that they're spending in there, they're not gaining any kind of life skills. They don't know how to cope. They don't know how to gain respect in the world. They don't know how to stick with things. So the whole time they're growing acclimated to things that are really cynical. Okay, during my prison stay for a short, brief amount of time, I'm going to tell you that I didn't learn anything except for what not to do. I met a lot of people I should have never met, and the only thing that saved me in there was Jesus, just to let you know. Shout out to my God. So that's the number one reason why institutionalization ends up occurring, is because we take care of them. We spend our money to take care of them. The second reason is the amount of money that we are spending. The average house inmate across the United States is $31,000 a year. That's $86.61 a day. If you made $15 an hour and you robbed them of every nickel and dime all the way across the United States, that is how much on average we're paying for somebody. A whole year's worth of wages. That person could be out getting rehabilitation for $3,000 for one full visit to learn life skills and coping mechanisms that they never had before. That's something that they could pass on to their kids. I'm not saying I'm not even trying to downplay what drug offenses are, or I'm not even trying to say that they're just really not doing anything wrong, but I am trying to say that these people who started out with no life skills to begin with oftentimes use drugs in order to get away from feelings, emotions, and things that they don't know how to deal with. A lot of them broken homes, such as myself, and then you've also got people who get out and they fall back. That's called recidivism, which is a crazy word. Hopefully it caught it all on camera. And the recidivism rate in Arkansas is 8 out of 10 people, which means that 8 out of 10 people come right out of the penitentiary. They don't know what they're doing. They get out in a shorter amount of time than what they needed, and then we end up paying $31,000 again for that person to go back for another year because we didn't teach them anything. So now their kids are growing up fatherless, and their kids don't have any coping mechanisms themselves because they're not able to actually learn anything from their parents. It's a broken home. So where rehab costs $3,000 for life skills, $31,000 a year in comparison. Okay, so there's also no space left. When I was there, I ended up having to hit the floor on something that they called a boat. And it's a plastic tub that you lay in, that way you're legally off the floor. I'm gonna tell you that concrete gets cold regardless. Just saying. But the fact is that there are so many people in there for such petty crimes that they have to kick people out early. They'd never learn anything once again, and they end up coming back another 120 days later on average. That's 4 months that they made it out without getting in trouble or without getting caught. So they're still not teaching anybody anything, nor have they learned anything. So we spend more money in response to that to build a prison. A prison to be built is $43 billion. Okay, so $43 billion out of 45 states, we're housing 1.33 million people. This right here is a poorly drawn graph that I had made myself. And this states that the cost, and this is the cost comparison within 120 days. Prison in 120 days is $554,400, whereas rehab, teaching life skills permanently, is $151,200. I'm here to tell you and wrap this topic up. The prison system is an ideal thing to keep people out here protected, but it does no justice for the people out here when those people get out and do it again. Not to downplay it, but child molesters, rapists, and murderers need that space more than they do. Have a good night.